call, are the sex glands in the male. They're like a factory in which, beginning at puberty, the male sex cells are made. These sex cells are called spermatozoa, or sperm cells. For the next 30 or 40 years, or even longer of the male life, these sperm cells are constantly being formed in the testes. They are stored in a long tube that is full to fit within the scrotum. Millions of sperm cells are stored in this tube, from which some of them may be discharged from time to time during sleep. From this reservoir, the sperm cells travel through the seminal ducts. Here, fluids from various glands are added to form the semen. The semen, containing the sperm cells, passes through the urethra, sometimes called the urethral canal, and out of the penis.
In the United States with sexual education is that it has been so hampered by the extreme right wing that it's become simply a matter of sticking tab A into slot B, or the horrors of human sexuality, for example, diseases and unwanted pregnancies. The problem is that we have tried to make sex education so politically palatable that we have eviscerated the humanity right out of it. So instead of teaching our children how to contextualize sexuality and to make judgments that would be effective for themselves regarding all of the aspects, we're teaching them about the horror show at the end of a series of bad decisions.
One of the pedagogic theories that's been around now for 30, 40 years is a thing called constructivism. Constructivism, in a sense, is very, very simple. It actually says you never learn anything absolutely from scratch. When you have a new idea, you see how it relates to something you'd already got in your brain, and you sort of construct a bigger framework, and a bigger framework, and a bigger framework.
What are your experiences with sexual education in middle and high school? Do you think it was taught effectively? Why?
In grade school, we just had classes, we had classes on it, but that was mostly just going through puberty and stuff. And then in high school, since I went to a private Catholic school, they just taught us about abstinence instead of birth control methods. So obviously, abstinence isn't the way to go.
What are your experiences with sexual education in middle and high school? Do you think it was taught efficiently? Why?
I don't really remember learning that much about it in high school and middle school, but I feel like it's not taught as much as it should be, proven on TV when they see shows of 16 and pregnant and teen moms, so I think it needs to be taught more in depth in high school.
What are your experiences with sexual education in middle and high school? Do you think it was taught efficiently? Why?
My sexual education began in 7th grade. Our teacher handed out a booklet, and it basically just explained the male and female reproductive systems. And then in high school is where they got more in depth and detail with sexual reproduction and other stuff like that. And I thought it was taught pretty efficiently, pretty basic, what you need to know, how you get pregnant, what you use to prevent to not get pregnant. So I think it was pretty well taught.
What are your experiences with sexual education in middle and high school? Do you think it was taught efficiently? Why?
I was exposed to sex ed in middle school. We used to watch a few videos on it, but in high school is where I got my real sexual education from my health teachers, and I think it was taught pretty effectively. My teacher stood up on the desk and preached abstinence to us. But other than that, I think it went well. I learned throughout the years. On the back of the school bus is where you learn most of it. That's it.
In your opinion, do you feel that you've been properly instructed on sexual education?
No, I don't think so. In high school, you know, in health class we would have like chapters or something that talked about it, but it was kind of so awkward in the classroom. We didn't really get anything out of it. The teachers didn't really go into any type of detail. It was more like you can go home on your own and study and learn it yourself rather than getting instruction in the classroom. So, no, I don't think that I really got proper instruction.